Hey, what's up, everybody? Today's a big day. You get a 2-for-1. I hit my 2 years no drink, and you get a bald video. Cause I'm very bald. But yeah, my apologies for not making videos lately. Been working a lot of overtime. I'm possibly switching jobs and a lot of other life stuff going on. But I'd like to get more content out. It's just when I do have the time, I tend to like play guitar. I try to work out or I'll game. So I have the time. I'm just usually really tired and I don't like to make content when I'm just exhausted. I'm not entertaining when I stream. When I'm tired like that, and I'm not going to be entertaining making a video, and that's just the way it is. We're still on that coffee. Can't kick that caffeine though. Nicotine, no problem. Alcohol, no problem. But caffeine, man, it's got me in a grip this time, which you all know that have watched my videos in the past. But yeah, 2 years. It feels remarkable. Like it doesn't feel real sometimes, and I still have dreams where I drink once in a while, and it scares the living daylights out of me. And I've watched a coworker. He hit 3 months and he relapsed, and he's drinking almost every night. He'll miss a couple nights, but he's back to where he was, and it's sad. I offered to sponsor him, but he had a sponsor at the time, but he said he really liked the advice I was giving him. But he's still working. He's functional so far. I don't know how that's going to end up for him, but that's neither here nor there. But I work with a lot of people that drink, and some of them drink to quite excess. And it's not really hard on me, but like I'd rather just not be around it because I see how it's affecting them financially, physically, mentally. But no judgment. It is what it is. I mean, you're going to have people that drink in every career, every job, That's neither here nor there. On to the positive. Yeah, 2 years. 2 entire years. So I've made it through every subsect of holiday, time off, weeks, days off, 3 to 5 days off at a time. I feel very resilient. I mean, the past month or two hasn't been the best with some work-related stuff and life things. And it's gotten to me, like, I reach a stress threshold, but I never went and drank, you know what I mean? I knew better than that. That would have just made things worse. There were times where it I don't want to say it got close, but, it creeps back up on you a little bit. And the best thing you can do is just get through another day. Just get through another day, and it just adds up. A day turns into a week turns into a month turns into 6 months, into a year, right? You get that analogy. It sounds so simple and cliche, but it's just true. It's the same with weight loss. Like, I lost 120 pounds, and I regained 20 to 30, and it's like I didn't regain it in a day. I'm not going to lose it in a day, so I'm working on that again. I'm struggling a little bit since I got on sertraline and the stressors. I've been eating a bit more, and my fasting's still been good. But even on my diet, I'm still eating to excess at times. Like, I just got to get my portions down. And I already know the answers. Ramp up cardio, lower portions, be more strict on, like, cheat days. Because I love food like everyone else, Chinese, pizza, you name it. So I'm struggling with my diet, which is a whole other video. But I know the answers. It just comes down to discipline and willpower. It's really simple, but the mental mind games and actually applying these things can be, it goes to like the back burner, right? And you just do it, or like you're like, screw it, Same with like any type of addiction. Food's the same way, right? I'm just thankful it's only been 20 to 30 pounds and not, back up, 70, 80 pounds, which I know better. I get enough experience with this, but it doesn't matter how much you've lost and regained. It's always going to be a depressing thing because you got out, it's something you got past, and then it came back to bite you, and it's like, how did I just let this go? And like I said, day will eventually turn into a year, and then in that time frame, a lot can happen if you're not taking action with anything. Like consistency, nothing happens overnight, right? In both ways, positive or negative. But yeah, now I'm rambling. But 2 years, successful. My birthdays, holidays, vacation time, being around people drinking. Not like I haven't been to the bar in over 2 years now, which is awesome. I've wanted to go down and maybe have some water, watch a band, and get out. I know people don't agree with that, and that's their opinion. I know I could do it. I've done it before, but this sobriety stint, I've not been down, and I haven't really cared to go down, honestly. Because like I've said before, drunk people annoy me, and I'm sure I annoyed a lot of people when I was drunk. So, but yeah, maybe one day I'll have water, shoot pool or something. It's just not really a desire of mine right now. But I haven't stepped foot in a bar in 2 years. I was more of a house party person anyways. But at my age, they're like non-existent. But yeah, if I can do it, anybody can do it, And it's better late than never, honestly. Like, you don't want to be that 50-year-old guy, 60-year-old guy still doing this stuff. I'm very thankful to have gotten my stuff together in my mid to early 20 or my mid to early 30s. I'd give anything to go back and do this in my young 20s, get my stuff straight. But you can't look at it as a negative, because what you went through in your 20s is setting you up and building you to do what you're doing a little later in life, even if that's in your 40s or 50s, right? But you don't want to be super elderly getting your stuff together. I've seen things on this. I've seen it happen to people. It's not pleasant, but still, it's still better than never, right? Like I said, I wish I would have done this in my 20s. Your motivation levels go up, your discipline levels go up. You become much more emotionally in control. You're not, sedating yourself and masking yourself all the time. You learn to deal with your feelings a lot more, for good or worse. The bad days, they go by and they make the better days that much better, right? I still have my down days, like when I get stressed and like a lot's going on, I'll feel like a zombie sometimes. I'm sure anyone can relate to that. Just emotionless, like drained. And I'll remind myself in those moments, like I used to drink when I'd feel like that too. Like drinking was everything, man. Victory, failure, happy, sad, I'm bored, you name it. It was just, and I was only a weekend drinker, so people that drink all the time, I can only imagine like how their triggers are. But when I'd feel real bland, I would drink to get that like just a bit of that dopamine hit, that euphoria, right? And when I was thinking about when I was in those moods and I would drink, it wouldn't even really facilitate anything. It'd be that slight little hit, that little buzz, and then once the drunk comes on and you're really buzzed and the drunk comes on, you're just even more depressed, right? You get maybe a half hour of a feeling, but the thing is you're still in that bland state, even though you're drinking. It might uplift you, you might get talkative for a bit, but ultimately you're back to reality, and the alcohol will make it worse into like the end of the night when you're blasted drunk. It's just not, it was never fun for me. I never liked being completely wasted, but that's where I'd always end up. It was a weird conundrum. Does that make sense? I liked the mild buzz, but I couldn't stop. I'd always go and go and go, and when you're in that blackout state, I never really liked that. I didn't, but that's just where it went. So I was always stuck in this parallel where wasn't even enjoying the act of drinking half the time. The beginning phase, the middle phase was fun, but it was always short-lived because I would drink too much and, too fast. And, 50% of the time was just spent not even really enjoying it, you know, and it wasn't pleasurable for other people either, I'm sure. And then the hangovers, like, it's just a massive net negative through and through, and that's why I stopped. And another thing too, I was watching some they're called lol cows on YouTube, people that are like a joke to people. And I'm not going to name names, but there's some people I was watching that were just drinking to excess, and they look like complete fools. And I was seeing what it was doing to their lives, and I was never quite this degenerate. Like, some of these people that drink just need to stop, like, straight up. Like, they have criminal records, DUIs. It's affecting their lives drastically. I was fortunate enough to never drink and drive, but I've made a fool of myself drinking, you know, and I've never caught a charge from it. I've gotten myself into some bad situations, but nothing too crazy. But some of these people, they just go and go and go, and it's just a net negative for them, and they just don't learn. Like, I know a guy who was stabbed, wrecked vehicles, has numerous DUIs, numerous confrontation and charges, and like, he still drinks to this day. It's like, when do you learn? When do you hit rock bottom? Some people just won't learn, and they will never get sober. And it is what it is. It's wild to me, because, like, I learned a lot, you know, and some people, you can take everything from them and still commit the act that is causing, you know, collateral damage to their lives. It's fascinating, honestly. But like I said, it took me 100 plus times of failing. I've went months, weeks, days without drinking so many times, and I've failed. So, like, you got to fail, you know, to learn to succeed down the line. That's just the way it goes. And I really hope I never drink again. I mean, I don't like saying, oh, I'll never drink again, because you just don't know that. But I'm getting a pretty dang good resume going for sobriety, and I'm very happy about it. 2 years. A lot of people can't even achieve 3 months, 6 months, let alone a year. And I just want to be an example. If you don't think you can do it, you can do it. I remember just thinking, all I got to do is not drink. Like, it sounds so simple, but it's such a battle mentally. Like, people that do not have the issue don't understand it. They don't have the brain chemistry, the brain structure you do, or the alcoholism in your family, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. Like, my buddy was telling me yesterday, we went to a coin show. He's like, I just don't understand alcoholism. He just doesn't, I can moderate it. Now, is he in denial? I don't know his drinking patterns or habits. Maybe some people are in denial about it. They're just, oh, I don't have a problem, but they do. I don't know his drinking habits currently, but he was saying, like, I just don't get it. I can have a few and be done. And, like, I'm like, yeah, you don't get the brain chemistry. Like, if we were to swap brains for a day, then it would be understood. The urge, the obsession, the body chemistry of wanting more and more and more, like, they would understand within a night of drinking in your body and brain, right? But everyone says that same thing. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, you don't have to get it. It's literally just science and brain chemistry. It's genetics. However you want to look at it. To me, what's weird on the vice versa, someone who's like, oh, I could just have a few, be done. It is never worth it to me to just have a few. I've had 1, 2, 3 drinks before shot pool, and it just doesn't do it for me. I got to go balls to the wall or nothing. So I'd rather keep that line in a cage than on a leash, personally. So, like, for me to have a beer or two or a mixed drink or two, I don't even want to do that, even when I was drinking. I just don't see the point. I just wanted to have an abundance of alcohol, and I wanted to be able to drink for hours and hours and hours. Like, it was just never like a moderate thing for me, and it is what it is. But I hear that same thing. Why can't you just have a few? Have a few. Brain chemistry. I don't know. And it's not my fault other people don't get it. I don't care if they get it or if they're just blanketly in denial. That's on them as well. Because there are people that will say this stuff and they do have a problem, or they just don't want to admit it. I know people that have no money, spend all their money at the bar, and they say to this day they can stop whenever and they don't need to drink. They just enjoy it. And okay, that's what you think. Keep on living your life broke and at the bar. But it is what it is. But a happy 2 years. I've been waiting to make this video for a while. I think I made a 1.5 year video 6 months ago, and here we are, coming up over the halfway point in another year. Time's flying. Not much more to say, but stay strong. Hopefully I can get some more content out and come up with some more topics to talk about. I was getting a bit exhausted with topics. I didn't know what to ramble on about, and I'm not a fan of being super repetitive. But take it easy. Hope your weekend's good. And if you are drinking and you're moderate with it and it's not affecting your life, then keep doing so. I'm no one to judge. But if you want to quit, it's worth it 1,000%. Because it's a detriment either way you look at it, financially, physically, mentally. But yeah, much love.